What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Movie Myths and Monsters. I am Jax, and I am here with the incredibly above average Brian, as usual.
Ayo.
Hey.
It's in the contract. She has to say it.
It's a blood oath.
A blood pact.
We got something a little special today.
Yeah. We got some good stuff, some big stuff, some breaking stuff.
Breaking bombs from your favorite bomb dropper.
Yeah.
We got an atom bomb
of the atomic variety.
The atomic atom variety.
Yeah.
We do. We have something for you guys. This is a little bit different of a video podcast than we usually do. This one is only going on YouTube for those of you who are looking for it maybe on your podcast apps. This is only a video, but we will have a very nice long video for you next week that will also go to the audio version of the podcast. Without further ado, let's break some news.
Let's do it. For those of you who remember, Johnny Depp won in a landslide verdict.
What a ride.
In Virginia. What a ride, right? But there were three statements that were given to the Daily Mail that from Adam Waldman that she tried to countersue, that Amber Heard tried to countersue for $100 million. So one of those she won on. It was like kind of like a throwing a bone is what it felt like, and it's what I heard it referred to from some legal analysts. It was kind of like throwing a bone. We're going to go over that statement. We're going to break it down just a little bit. We're going to drop a nice little bomb on it and enjoy. The statement reads, quite simply, this was an ambush, a hoax. Now, this is in reference to May 21st, 2016, yes. What many refer to as the phone throwing incident. Quite simply, this was an ambush, a hoax. They set Mr. Depp up by calling the cops, but the first attempt didn't do the trick. The officers came to the penthouses, thoroughly searched and interviewed, and left after seeing no damage to face or property. So Amber and her friends spilled a little wine and roughed the place up, got their story straight under the direction of a lawyer and publicist, and then placed a second call to 911.
Yep. So what's interesting about this is this is the only count that Amber wins, which is unfortunate. But there's actually a ton of evidence to disprove this without going into anything extra from Adam. And it's just sort of unfortunate that the jury wasn't really shown properly or, introduced to it, because it's irrefutable fact that the police were called twice.
Yes, it is. It's also interesting that just to kind of break this down, the basic facts. We do know the police were called twice. We've talked about that. So that part of this, the second phone call to 911 was made, and
yes,
there's no confirmation as to who made it. There's been some speculation. It could be Raquel. It could be who knows. Lauren Shapiro was mentioned, and I don't know, but she was at the movies anyway. To go into this first statement, quite simply, this was an ambush, a hoax. Now we're gonna show you something that definitively backs this up in a moment. But even Johnny's text message after he left the penthouses that night.
Yes.
And after he saw everything that was kind of unraveling, he sends a group text to Amber Heard, Raquel Pennington, and Josh Drew, who were all present. And in the opening lines, he's acknowledging this was an ambush. He says that was it. The last encounter forever. You were already ready to strike. He's saying it right there. Like you were waiting. You got me to come. If you look at text from earlier in the evening, Amber is saying, "Are you still coming?" And he's like, "Do you want me to?" And she's like, "Of course I want you to come over," and everything else. Of course,
let me know when you get here.
Please let me know. Let us know. Like, keep us in the loop. We got to know. We got to be able to time everything and whatever, and let us know when you're arriving and all that.
Yeah, and I mean, at the very least, this is you were already ready to strike, you made me come over there just so that you could yell at me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a complete flip of the script, so to speak, than what she says happens. And this is him directly responding to which she doesn't counter this. There is no text message countering this. She doesn't text. There's no text back accusing him of anything.
Correct.
So that in and of itself leads to this was an ambush, a hoax. Now, of course, the hoax part of that stuff comes into play, like 2 sets of police officers
Right.
who came, saw no damage to the property, saw no injuries to Amber, just no evidence at all to back up her claims. And they wanted the police to show up because they needed them to show up, because that looks better to say the police showed up, even though we're not going to give a statement. It really makes a difference for the police to show up when you're trying to get a DVRO.
Right.
Okay.
Will I have an
so-
advantage in the divorce if I file for
oh my gosh,
domestic
yeah.
violence?
Yeah, she asked her therapist,
Goodness,
would it give me an advantage?
gracious.
So the first attempt didn't do the trick. We know that a set of police officers came not long after Johnny's departure. And we also know there is testimony where Raquel said that Amber was indeed trying to reach the police officers again. She was trying to get them to come back after she already didn't give a statement, after they already saw nothing. She was trying to get them to come back. And we actually have body cam footage of second set of police officers. We just don't know
Sure do.
exactly if it was Amber or whoever got a hold of them. Spilled a little wine.
Yeah, spilled a
Yeah.
little wine.
Spilled a little wine. We've seen the wine photos. We don't know when
The
they are,
photos
because
are
all the photos
so
are so messed up.
compromised. It's
Oh my gosh.
ridiculous. But in any
None-
event, it
yeah.
doesn't align with what they say anyways, you know, like The Shining going through the hallway with this just floods of wine, Typhoon
Right.
Depp through the through the penthouses. It
Mhm.
just doesn't make any sense. There's a little dribble of wine on the floor, a little sprinkle of glass on the steps inside. And there's just all kinds of timing issues with Isaac coming in and seeing something on the floor outside penthouse 1, and the cops have just left moments earlier, and Josh comes out of the apartment. It's just a whole
Yeah,
menagerie of nonsense, really.
absolute nonsense. And then we have this statement at the end, to get their story straight under the direction of a lawyer. We know this happened.
Yeah, we
We
do.
know that in the minutes after Johnny left penthouse 3, and likely while he was still in the building,
Yep.
Amber was already on the phone with her divorce lawyer, Samantha Spector. You can even see a text message here from 8:36. Now, Johnny would leave at 8:29. He would be on the security footage getting on the
Yes.
elevator at 8:29. So he was still on the penthouse level around 8:30. We actually have a text from Io to Raquel. Does she have her phone with her? Io's trying to get in contact with someone, and Raquel says, yes, she's talking to her lawyer. So Amber is already on the phone with her lawyer within 5 to 6 minutes, maybe sooner, but within 5 to 6 minutes of Johnny leaving, she is already on the phone with her divorce lawyer and getting instructions. This is the same lawyer that she would testify that said, get the cops there, don't give a statement.
Yep.
Again, true, very true, this statement. No lies detected.
No lies detected. And to tie this all up real nicely with a little bow, we have your atom bomb.
Let's drop the bomb. Let's
Here
show
it
them.
comes. What we have here is a pretty spectacular bomb that comes from Mr. Waldman, of course. And there it is.
Nice.
This is an email from Adam to the team at Brown Rudnick, dated November 11th, 2019. It goes to Christina Seitz, Ben Chu, Camille Vasquez, and it's titled Urgent. And he says, I've interviewed Drew, and here are the key points from that call. So what's happened is, on this day, on November 11th, Adam spoke to Josh Drew on the phone. And all of this is contemporaneous notes of what was said on that phone call.
Yep.
Interesting to note that on November 19th of 2019 is when Josh Drew would do his deposition. And obviously he would not recount these revelations.
Yeah. So, sometime in an 8-day stretch, somebody might have got a talking to, and this was not repeated.
Something changed quite a bit. But anyways, let's go through this. So number one, and this is just such a bombshell. I mean, my goodness, the fact that this wasn't brought up anywhere and wasn't used in the trial and wasn't really used to impeach Josh in his deposition is just like, wow, because these are real notes.
Yeah, I need answers. I need answers.
These are like real legal notes with real legal meaning. I mean, Adam's a lawyer. He took these notes. He was very much attached to the case at this point in time.
Yes.
And you know, this means something. And it just, for whatever reason, wasn't really used. So Number one, Rocky and Amber's sworn stories that she was summoned by an 8:07 p.m. text to come help her with a berserk Johnny was, quote, a lie. Rocky was hiding in penthouse 3. I know it says 5 is a typo. In penthouse 3 all along. Almost certainly in the coat closet by the front door, which explains both the security guard's testimony that she never came past them and was already in the apartment when they entered, and Johnny's that Rocky just came out of nowhere past his right shoulder to go stand with Amber. Super important fact, and I hope he will repeat it. This makes the whole thing a setup and discredits both their testimony.
An ambush.
It's an ambush. A hoax. It was a setup.
Yeah.
Even Johnny's talking about Amber was already ready to strike when he got there. And we know very well the security guards have no idea how Rocky got in the apartment. Johnny said in his testimony that she seemed to come from behind him, and he didn't know how that was possible.
And we also know that this was not a text. So this confirms, and we have the text where Amber said, can you come over? All she said was, can you come over? It was not to help with a berserk Johnny. It was just, can you come over?
Can you come over? And Rocky answers like 4 minutes later, now? Question mark?
Yeah.
I mean, this is just
this is
incredible.
This is huge. It is literally so at the time, at this time, Josh and Raquel have separated. For the record, they had separated. They at the
by
time
this November date.
By this November date, yes. May 2016, they were engaged. They got married sometime after. They were married for a short time, and then they divorced not long into the marriage. So this is after the divorce filing and everything like that. So this is Josh Drew being very honest, very candid, telling the truth right here to Adam, and Adam immediately gets off this phone call, sends this.
Incredible.
Absolute bomb.
Incredible. I mean, I think, in my opinion, it's one of the biggest atom bombs we've seen to date.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean,
you have a witness just telling him the truth, and turns out was unwilling to repeat it under oath.
I mean, this is hoax demolition. Cackles in hoax demolition.
Cackles in hoax.
This is it. Wow. This is it. I mean, and if you recall Josh's deposition, there is a point in time where he's asked if he ever told anyone that Rocky was hiding in the closet, and he says no, but he's not confronted with this document. Not that we've ever seen anyhow. And this also was not introduced into the trial in any type of way. You just have to ask why, because it's so explosive. It's so destructive to literally the hoax. This is a hoax.
Yes.
You got somebody hiding in a closet, lying in wait.
Yeah, you got like text messages being like,
unfold.
Yes,
that's ridiculous.
Let us know when you get here. We're just waiting, and everyone's waiting and in their positions and in their spots.
Right.
And all that. Like it's 100% right here. He's admitting to it.
Absolutely crazy. All right, so let's keep it moving. So number 2 is Amber was sleeping with Musk all the week after the 21st, obviously not on Franco's night, which is the 22nd. Well, we know that Amber and Musk were in very close contact for a lot of the marriage, let's be honest. We have testimony from all kinds of building staff saying that he was there, to the point that he even eventually got his own key fob to go up and down the elevator to the penthouses. We know that Amber was texting Elon on the 22nd.
We do.
And in the days after. So this lines up, and we know that Franco was there on the night of the 22nd. That's on video. So
we've seen it. Yeah,
this all lines up. Number 3, Amber and Musk were into some kinky things together. He didn't elaborate. Number 4, she did have marks on her at times. He even seemed to suggest she had marks on her on the night of the 21st, although of course we know this is not true. Do we know if he ever gave a declaration to Amber? I bet he did back then. Well, this is correct. He did.
This is correct. Yes. His assumption is correct. Josh actually emailed, and we can get into this more in depth at another time, and actually will and have. But Josh emailed a statement, a very lawyer introduction type statement, and it's a long email to Amber the next night, May 22nd, the night of May 22nd, Franco's night, actually, as he calls it. And he emails that to Amber for approval, and it is a very not having their stories straight yet type of scenario that he draws up. It doesn't match up with what the story is now and what it eventually evolved into. But anyway, so that's true.
Yeah. And then there was a long gap between Johnny's departure and calling the cops, perhaps an hour or more. He could not be precise. During that time, they all sat together in Penthouse 3 on the phone with Samantha Spector, her divorce lawyer, who was guiding them to writing it all down to get their story straight before calling the cops. Well, we saw Rocky's text that she's on the phone with Samantha Spector. We know that happened.
We know that happened. It's the text when I was trying to get a hold of Amber, and she says, does she have her phone with her? And she says she's on the phone with her lawyer. Minutes after Johnny is seen taking the elevator down, she's already on the phone. Like, they're already getting guidance, talking it through, all of that. This is confirmed that they all sat down, tried to get their story straight. Samantha Spector was like, you got to get pictures, you got to get the cops there, but don't give a statement. Don't walking them through this whole thing. And that a second, maybe they felt they didn't do it right the first time around. So there's a second phone call made. There's a second phone call to get the cops there and everything else. You
wind up summoning officers who have body cams on.
Cams.
My God.
And nothing is out of place. Nothing's touched. There's no wine. There's no nothing. Everything is as it should be. All the decor, all the
what a gift.
The fragiles, everything is where it ought to be. This is fantastic. And you even have testimony from Rocky in 2016 saying it's in her deposition, saying that Amber was trying to reach the cops a second time, like that Amber was, and she was unsure if she was able to, whatever, but she testifies that every point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullet points here, every one of them checked off.
Bombs. It's a cluster bomb.
Every one of them checked off.
Yep.
Which makes that defamatory statement by Adam totally legit. Like,
totally
he had
legit.
Every reason, every right, and backed by facts, and talking to a key witness, the very impressive witness, Josh Drew.
Yeah.
So
unbelievable.
That again this is huge. This is moments after he got off the phone with him.
This is a very honest, very serious atom bomb right here.
Yeah,
this is a big one.
Yeah.
Agreed. I mean, even to go into the just like when you're talking about she had marks on her at times, we have seen some photos of her during the summer of 2016 when she was with Elon, where she's got very noticeable marks on her arms and stuff. There's a lot.
She's got the thing on her neck. She's got the spot on her neck, which could be a hickey, could be a fingerprint, could be whatever. People have speculated a lot, but it's a mark.
Johnny's long gone off in Europe, but there's just a lot to kind of delve into here. But here it is. Here's your atom bomb. Incredible.
Chew on it, folks. Enjoy it.
Enjoy. Who? I mean,
just big.
That's just it. That's big. Hoax demolition to me.
It's just
that's
hoax demolition, ambush, hoax, 2 911 calls, talk to the lawyer, got their story straight. I mean, like, it's all there. It's all right there.
It's right there in black and white. I mean, you can't get more direct than that. And these notes are very important. Like I already said, they have legal meaning because they are a witness speaking to a lawyer. In this case, we'll call it a hoax brigadier speaking to a lawyer. And giving account of events. And this can absolutely be used to impeach.
Yes.
Should have been. It's just a tragedy or travesty how this got lost or put to the side for whatever reasons and wasn't used against Josh or wasn't introduced in the trial.
Exactly. So for anyone who clings to this statement as some sort of victory, one of her key witnesses was singing a very different tune 8 days before he actually gave his testimony.
He sure was. So
for the
bomb
record
for today. I think it's a good one.
I think it's a good one.
Breaking bombs. Like I said, I got a nice short video to throw that out to you guys. Next week we will, I think, have a very, very long clinical dissection of this evening that also includes this email and a few other things I don't think you guys have seen yet. So you can stay tuned for that if you're interested in our very long form.
And you should be interested because it is it's gonna be nice. It's a really nice breakdown.
It's like a documentary of May 21st. And there's definitely some more stuff in there that you guys haven't seen yet. So if you want to see that, you can stay tuned. And with that being said, thank you guys very much for checking out this video. We hope
Thanks,
you
guys.
enjoy your new bomb. Go and spread the good word of Adam Waldman far and wide. We know you will.
More to come.
Much more to come. I mean,
yeah,
much
yeah,
more
we're
to
gonna be
come.
bringing it to you. So thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate it.
We
Jax,
do.
always a pleasure.
Every day, my man. Every day
Every
is a
day.
pleasure with this
Yeah,
guy. And
absolutely.
that's the way it is.
Bye.
Bye.